Welcome to another episode of Vinyl Convo. My name is Jaime Torres, also known as Blessed One, and today we're going to be talking about East Side Story. Okay, East Side Story is a compilation of oldies. It's a 12-volume series, and it was put together by a man named Mr.B. And he started selling these at the swap meet in South Almani, and it was the Starlight Swap Meet in South Almani. So he put out originally 12 volumes of these. Actually, the original releases were on 8-track. I think he put out like about 5 or 6 on 8-track, and then he started pressing them on vinyl. So I have all 12 of these of the original releases, but 9 out of 12 of these are original pressings. What I say about that is 3 of the volumes that I have were reissues. Mr.B sold the rights to these to Thump Records, Norwalk Records, and they ended up re-releasing all 12 volumes. But the difference is, right now I'm playing volume 3 in the background. See, this is one of the reissues. The difference you could tell, one of the differences you could tell is the cover, the borders are all green all the way to the end. And on the original ones, it's white, then green, white, red. So that's kind of how you could tell sometimes if you have an original pressing or not. And another thing is that on the reissues, they changed the tracks, the track listing, some of the songs. For example, I have an original volume 10, but I don't have the cover, so I made my own cover. So that's pretty cool right there. So I was comparing the original volume 10 to the reissue volume 10, and the tracks are totally different. So on the reissue, some of the tracks may be different. So if you want all the original ones, keep looking for the original ones. They could get kind of pricey depending on the condition they're in. Like some of the original ones I have is pretty cool because they have like a bunch of writing. You know, obviously somebody owned them and they have a bunch of writing all over them. You know, people put up their neighborhood. Then somebody else bought it from a different neighborhood. They're crossing people out in the back. It's pretty tight, pretty dope. All the covers are cool. Way to find out about these covers is look up the East Side Story Project on Instagram. They go in depth about the people on the covers, the pictures, and then if you look up on YouTube, there is also an interview with Mr.B on how he came up with this whole concept, the whole concept of it. So right now I'm just going over the music part of the compilations of East Side Story. Another cool thing is that, like I mentioned earlier, he started selling these at the Starlight Swap Meet in South Almani. And at the time, I lived in South Almani from late 70s to the late 80s, and that's where my family would go to the swap meet. And I didn't even know that I'd be passing by Mr. B's booth by the snack bar. I was probably jamming out to his music, and I didn't even know that this is the guy that was putting together these East Side Story compilations. So here's some of the 45s that I have that are on these compilations here. Like this is Searching for My Love, Bobby Moore. Little Anthony and the Imperials, I'm on the outside looking in. This is just a handful of 45s. These are the original 45s. This is the Delphonics, Did Not Blow Your Mind. This is the Radiance, Ain't No Big Thing. The Impressions, I'm So Proud. Little Royal and the Swing Masters, Jealous. That's a cool song. James and Bobby Purify, I'm Your Puppet, etc., etc. So obviously he was selling these 45s. He chose the songs that were really in high demand and put them on one release on every volume. And so it's cool to have the original 45s and then collect the original compilations, which were actually like bootleg mixtapes. We grew up listening to these oldies. A lot of us have great memories of these songs throughout our life. My high school sweetheart, of course, is what I think about. We got married. We've been married over 20 years now. She would be dedicating oldies to me on the radio and stuff. So it's cool. There's a lot of good memories that come out of these compilations. So if you're interested in these, look it up. East Side Volumes 1 through 12. There was also a couple of volumes released called the Gold Volumes. He released about 3 of them. And that's when he finally got licensing for some of the songs. And then he did another one called Aslan Oldies, which I don't have, but I'll be on the lookout for that. So, East Side Story, all the classic oldies, and that's what I got. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you next time. Peace.